Hello AOS fans, it's me, Pete. I'm coming to you again with another deck building video, and this week I'm doing Stormcast. Don't normally do Stormcast, but Robin has the fyreslayers, so I must take what's left. So this week I am trying out Stormcast for probably only about the third time ever. I mean, I've fought against them a lot, Robin does like them, so I have a few insights into how they play well. And I'm going all out offensive. I'm not going for objectives this time round, that's for the Skaven. I am going to go for in your face. I haven't built a deck specifically against fyreslayers here. I have built a deck that is more rounded, something I'd take to a tournament or some kind of league if I was in that position. So without further ado, let's crack on. Starting with the objectives, my first objective is consecrated ground. If I can get this one early, that'd be great. If no one's near me, then I can get a glory for doing nothing. Next one's lightning strikes, brilliant one for if you're being an offensive Stormcast. Go and club somebody's face in, get an extra glory for it. Win-win for me. Seize ground is next, scoring an end phase if I hold an objective in the enemy territory. Well, I'm going to be going over his side anyway to club some heads in, so I might as well stand on an objective whilst I do it and get another glory for that. And the Sigmar's Bwark. Picking this one up because if it's early in the game it comes out, then the chances are nobody will be smashing anybody's faces in yet, and I might get an extra glory there for, you know, just running across the battlefield towards the other side. Then Alone in the Darkness. I know some people love it, some people hate it. But it's 2 glory for not having anybody near you. Now I can pretty much ensure that I don't have anybody near me. Fairly well anyway. So hopefully this one will come when I need it, and an extra 2 glory in my pocket will be all the better. Then Conquest. This is a third end phase card, but if I get all of my surviving fighters in my opponent's territory, and that's where I'm heading anyway, I get another 2 glory, which is always a good one to have. Then Escalation. I think I'm nearly always going to have Escalation. I just like the card. It's 2 glory to start with, and all you got to do is play a load of upgrades. Hopefully I'll have the glory to spend those, and then I'll get some more. Master of War next. I like this card as well. It seems to cover a lot of areas for me that you don't need to worry too much about rolling dice for. You've got to play a ploy, play an upgrade, get an objective. You know, what could be simpler? Then No Remorse, which is basically kill someone with a attack characteristic greater than their wound characteristic. I'm going to be Stormcast, I'm going to be hitting hard, and against fyreslayers this might not be quite so easy, but if I can get some of their guys who aren't inspired in my sights, then it might be a bit more easy to obtain. Plant a standard. That goes quite nicely with Seize Ground, although this one has to be my leader, so I'm going to try and get Severin in his half. If I can get both of those objectives together, that's 2 glory, just for standing Severin on an objective in his side. Now granted, fyreslayers are a bit more possessive about their objectives, so it might be a bit tougher to do against them, but we'll see. Then Ploy Master, play 3 ploys. All you've got to do is have 3 ploys in your hand, and you're most of the way there already, so that's an easy glory to win. And the last one is Swift Advance. Score if all of your fighters are in enemy territory. Well, I'm already going for that with Conquest in the third end phase anyway, so if I can get this one at the same time, then even better. Then on to the upgrades. Hopefully the things I'll be buying with all that glorious glory. First one is Blessed by Sigmar, +1 wound, you can never go wrong with that. Especially against fyreslayers, they hit hard, so the more I've got to protect myself with, the better. Army of 1 next. If things aren't going my way, and I've only got 1 poor little bod left, then the ability to give them +1 defense and +1 dice on their attacks will be very useful. Awakened Weapon. Oberyn only rolls 2 dice, and I think Severin only does 2. I'd like the ability to be able to reroll one of those if I have some lousy rolling. Then Blessed Armour. Roll a crit, get a wound back. Can't say fairer than that. I'll be rolling 2 dice once my guys inspire, so the double chance there to then hopefully start to heal my guys when I start getting into the thick of it and mix things up. Cursed Artifact next. Yeah, I take a wound, but at the same time I gain a defense dice, which means if I get someone inspired with that, they'll be rolling 3 dice. I know Robin doesn't have a good track record of rolling 3 defense dice, but I think I'm feeling lucky with it. I've got used to it now rolling with my Skaven on 2. I think I can move up to the big leagues now with 3. Then I've got Great Strength, +1 damage, always good. Probably going to help me get towards No Remorse. Put it on Severin, maybe even Angarad, because if I can get her in early with a 3 damage attack against one of his uninspired guys, that'll be a dead dwarf. Next is Helpful Whispers. If nobody's adjacent to me, I can count single assists as a success. That'll be great for all of my guys because they're nearly always going to be going it alone. Light Armour's next. Yeah, it removes the crit chance on my defense, but at the same time roll an extra dice for attack. Oberyn and Severin will both benefit from that greatly. Shade Glass Darts. Shade Glass Darts is next. 1 for any one of my guys really. It'll be useful for trying pushing dwarves off of objectives to try and stop them getting inspired, but in general just pushing anyone off of objectives if they're going for them. Next one is Soul Trap. That would almost definitely go on Severin or maybe Oberyn. Depends on who's got more upgrades really at that point. The chance of stopping somebody dying in the middle of a fight is just too good an opportunity to miss. And the last one's Vampiric Weapon. If I can get them with that and Blessed Armour, they'll be healing wounds left and right and all over the place. It won't matter who's hitting them. Even if it's Feud Grimnir, I won't care because I'll just be healing wounds back all over the place. So those are the upgrades. On to the ploys. These are the things that will help me win that glory to spend on those upgrades. I've gone for some Stormcast specific ones here. I've got Heroic Guard. Guard is good. Guard is very handy to have if you can do it without having to use an activation, I think. Heroic Guard gives me that ability, so put it in there. Next is Peal of Thunder, the ability to push one of his guys who may be standing on an objective, offer them again, or maybe close to me so I can club them in the face. Both a plus. Then Righteous Seal, +1 damage in the next attack. That really will help me to obtain no remorse, and in general just help me to splatter anybody I'm coming up against. Tireless Assault, play if your attack fails, they can then make another attack against the same target. This is going to be a great one for me because I know what my luck's like. I'll have Oberyn or Severin just boosted up the eyeballs, and then they're just going to roll double single assists or something like that. Or double assists even, because you know they'll have helpful whispers on, which is why I won't roll that result. This will help me make that attack again when I really need it. Jewel of Wits nearly always takes card in a 22 card deck, and this is a 22 card deck, so there is Jewel of Wits. Earthquake, it's pretty much a given. Since some of the new cards coming out, maybe Earthquake won't be the card I always take going forwards, but it is definitely going to be one I'm going to have right now. Healing Potion, I'm not used to having people with so many wounds, frankly, and I want to keep them around as long as possible, so if I get somebody to take some wounds early and I don't want them to die, Healing Potion will hopefully help me out with that. And then No Time, this is one that we've not played before. I can see it's being really useful if Robin lines up a load of his dwarves to maybe Earthquake them onto the objectives or something like that. Or maybe if I can do something where I can Earthquake him off a load of objectives and then play this to stop him manoeuvring as many as he can back on again. I'm not so sure yet about it, but I think it could be a fun card to play around with, depending if it falls at the right time, whether Robin's doing something really obvious that I can use that to stop him doing. Next one's Ready for Action. This one I'm taking in conjunction with Spores of Battle, which I also have in the deck. The ability to make an extra move or an extra attack after playing an upgrade could be very useful, especially if that upgrade happens to be plus damage or something like that. And the last card is Sidestep. Always useful being able to move your own guys 1 hex whenever you need to. So that is it. That is my deck. It's 22 cards, and I'm feeling pretty confident about this. There is not a lot of subtlety in this deck. It is getting to your opponent's half and smash their faces in. That works no matter who you're coming up against. It doesn't matter if you're playing an Auric band who's going to be getting in your face as well, or a Skaven band who's going to be running around all over the place. Once you get somebody in the hex next to you, they're going to get splattered. And that is my tactic. I'm just going to charge forward with everybody. If there's a dwarf on a objective that I really want to get off, then Angarad's going to be my tool for the job there, or maybe Shake Glass Darts if I've already got it in play. Otherwise, I'm just going to be beefing up whoever is in the best spot at the time with as many things as I can to improve their chances to smush people away. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be my, like I say, third match that I've ever played with Stormcast, so it'll be fun to see how I get on with them. Anyway, let me know if there's any cards that you think I should be taking, or any cards I definitely shouldn't be taking in this deck, or if there's anything else you do or don't agree with in my tactics. Otherwise, see you next time. Bye!